and welcome to the Library Kitchen here at the Gloucester County Public Library. I'm Chris, and today we're making two recipes for you to celebrate maybe your 4th of July picnic. And the first thing is a no-churn blender ice cream. We're going to be making a vanilla ice cream today. And to go with that, a summertime favorite of mine, a Blackberry Cobbler. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the ice cream first. It's going to take us about 5 minutes to put that ice cream together, and into the freezer it's going to go for about 6 to 8 hours, preferably overnight. And then we'll get to making the Blackberry Cobbler. So we're going to get started with 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into our blender. Now what I like to do is to pre-chill my heavy whipping cream in the freezer just a little bit before I go to make this ice cream. So we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to start our blender on medium for about 20 to 30 seconds until we start seeing some soft peaks. All right, so for about 30 seconds, we went ahead and blended our cream, and we're just going to give it a stir. Scrape down anything that's on the sides. And we're going to then add a 1/4 cup of whole milk. We're going to add a cup of sweetened condensed milk. We're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of table salt, a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup. This helps this ice cream to not get ice crystals forming when it freezes. Gives it a nice velvety texture. We're going to also add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And we're also going to add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to blend it for about another 20 to 30 seconds. So after 20 seconds, we're going to go ahead and pop the top off, give it a quick stir, just to make sure everything is combined good. And you'll see your mixture will start to get a little thicker. And we're going to put the top back on for just another 10 seconds or so. All right, our ice cream is done. It's ready to go into any type of loaf pan is what I like to use. This came from the dollar store here in town, and it's great for just a small serving of homemade ice cream. Now I'm going to smooth this ice cream mixture out in the pan, and then we're going to cover it with a plastic wrap. And what you want to do is take a small piece of cling wrap and push it down onto the ice cream in the pan. And then what I like to do is take a little small covering, and I bought these at the Dollar Tree. They're just a small plastic wrap with an elastic band, and we're going to pop that over our ice cream to keep the air out. And this is going to go into the freezer for 6 to 8 hours, preferably overnight. And when we come back, we'll get started on our Blackberry Cobbler. Stay tuned. Now we're going to start making our Blackberry Cobbler to go with our homemade ice cream. So we're going to start with 2 cups of granulated sugar, 2 cups of flour, and into that we're going to add a 4 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt, and we're also going to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. We're going to give that a quick whisk. and make sure all of our sugar, flour, and baking powder, salt, and cinnamon are well combined. All right, now we're going to move over. We're going to use our 1 3/4 of whole milk into 1 stick of melted Kerrygold butter. We're going to add that butter to our milk, and we're going to give that a quick whisk to incorporate the butter and the milk together. All right, everything is mixed, and we're going to go ahead and add our milk and butter mixture to our flour and sugar. And we're going to start to just mix and make our batter. This just might take a few minutes, but it comes together pretty quick. Make sure that you get all of that sugar and flour incorporated into that milk and butter, and whisk until your batter is smooth with no dry clumps. All right, our batter's pretty smooth. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get us a large baking dish. Now for this, I use a lasagna pan. And yes, it does make a lot of cobbler, but cobbler's pretty good. So I'm using an 11 by 13 pan. You can half this recipe if you want to and make, of course, a smaller cobbler. I don't know why you would, but you could if you wanted to. So we're going to go ahead and use a little bit of Baker's Joy on our pan. All right. And we're going to put our batter into our pan here. You want to spread your batter out in the pan, making sure it's even in all corners. You can use a 9 by 13. That works as well with a full recipe, but it does fill the baking dish to the top. And then next thing we're going to do, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. And we're going to now take 4 cups of blackberries and scatter them over our batter. Now I have made this recipe using a Dutch oven as well. I used a 6-quart Dutch oven, and it turned out great in the Dutch oven. Same cooking times. This is a great recipe to make for summer picnic when blackberries are in season. It's enough to share with friends, family, neighbors. All right, so our blackberries are in our dish, and we're going to now put this in the oven for right at 50 minutes. At 50 minutes, we're going to pull it out of the oven and sprinkle 4 tablespoons of light brown sugar over the top and back into the oven for another 10 minutes until it's golden brown. You'll want to take it out then, let it cool for about 15 to 20 minutes, and serve with some of that homemade blender ice cream that we just made. See you in a few minutes. So we're ready now to have a little Blackberry Cobbler with homemade vanilla ice cream. So this cobbler, I must say, it's pretty good. I had some the other day, and it really made our family picnic on Father's Day. So a little Blackberry Cobbler and a little homemade ice cream. Enjoy. Folks, I hope you enjoyed our demonstration of the no churn vanilla ice cream and the quick and easy Blackberry Cobbler. Please remember to like and subscribe to the Gloucester County YouTube channel so that you don't miss any upcoming recipes or demos that we're doing. We hope you enjoy what we made for you today, and see you next time. at the library kitchen.